Picture this, you're sitting in a room, and across from you is a group of powerful investors. They slide a piece of paper across the table with one number on it, $1,000,000,000,000. That's right, $1 billion. All you have to do, hand over your YouTube empire. No more filming, no more editing, no more giveaways. Just sign your name, walk away, and you're richer than most countries. Sounds like the easiest decision in the world, right? But not for Jimmy Donaldson, better known as MrBeast. When offered the kind of money that could buy private islands, skyscrapers, and probably a trip to Mars, he said no. Just no. No hesitation, no second thoughts. He didn't even flinch. And that decision left the internet in shock. How could someone refuse $1 billion? But here's the thing, MrBeast isn't like everyone else. To him, YouTube isn't just a channel, it's his life's mission. He doesn't see videos as content. He sees them as building blocks for something way bigger, something the world hasn't even imagined yet. And that's what makes this story so fascinating. This isn't just about $1 billion. This is about vision, ambition, and a man who wants to change entertainment forever. So today, we're going to uncover the real reasons why MrBeast walked away from the deal of a lifetime, and trust me, it's going to blow your mind. Now, let's take a step back, because before we dive into why MrBeast said no, we need to understand exactly what was on the table. This wasn't just some random company throwing around money for clout. These were serious investors with deep pockets, people who know that digital media isn't just the future, it's the present. They weren't just buying a YouTube channel, they were trying to buy the MrBeast brand. Think about it, when you own MrBeast, you don't just own videos. You own the most watched YouTuber in history. You own his gaming channel, his reaction channel, his global channels, his burger brand, his candy company, and his influence across billions of views. That's not just entertainment, that's a media empire. And yet, Jimmy still said no. Why? Because to him, selling would mean giving up the mission he started years ago when he was just a teenager uploading videos from his bedroom. MrBeast didn't build his empire for the money, he built it to create the biggest, craziest, most entertaining videos the world has ever seen. So while everyone else sees $1 billion as the finish line, Jimmy sees it as a stepping stone. He knows the empire he's building is worth way more than what's being offered. In fact, the rejection of that deal wasn't the end of the story, it was just the beginning, and now, it's time to break it all down.
I have 5 debit cards each with a $20,000 limit. What's 5 times 20?
The story exploded when MrBeast casually revealed in an interview that he had been approached with an offer most people could only dream of, $1 billion for his entire YouTube empire. Now, let's put this into perspective. $1 billion isn't just life-changing, it's generational wealth. That's enough to buy super yachts, private jets, mansions across the globe, and still have money left over to give away like confetti. But here's the catch, this wasn't just about one channel. The deal included everything. His main channel, MrBeast Gaming, Beast Reacts, MrBeast Español, Beast Philanthropy, plus his entire brand. They wanted it all. Every video, every idea, every brand extension. Essentially, MrBeast himself. Without MrBeast, now, for most people, that would be the deal of a lifetime. You sign the papers, collect the check, and retire at 24 with more money than you could ever spend. But Jimmy, he didn't even blink. He simply said no. Why? Because MrBeast doesn't see his empire as something you cash out of. He sees it as something you grow. He understands that what he's building is more than a YouTube channel. It's a global entertainment brand that's still in its early stages. To Jimmy, $1 billion isn't the destination. It's just too small for what he knows his empire will be worth. This moment wasn't just about rejecting money, it was about protecting his vision. So why in the world would anyone turn down $1 billion? The answer is surprisingly simple. MrBeast doesn't care about money the way most people do. From the very beginning, Jimmy has always said the same thing, every dollar he earns goes straight back into making bigger, crazier, and more entertaining videos. When he gives away $1 million in cash or buys someone their dream house, he's not losing money, he's reinvesting in his vision. If he sold his empire, sure, he'd be rich beyond imagination. But he'd lose the engine that fuels his creativity. Without his channels, without his community, without the ability to upload insane videos to hundreds of millions of fans, Jimmy wouldn't be MrBeast anymore. He'd just be another billionaire sitting on a pile of money. And that's not who he is. Here's the secret. To Jimmy, impact is worth more than money. He's building a brand that isn't just about views, it's about reaching the entire world. With Beast Philanthropy, he's feeding millions of families. With Feastables and MrBeast Burger, he's creating global businesses. And with his main channel, he's entertaining billions. So when he looked at that billion-dollar offer, he didn't see a prize. He saw a limitation. Why settle for $1 billion when you know you can build something worth tens of billions, and more importantly, something that leaves a lasting legacy? That's the mindset that sets MrBeast apart.
Like you say, we can split it. I don't have a problem with it. Are we allowed to do this? I mean, she can be lying.
Here's what most people don't realize. MrBeast isn't just building a YouTube channel, he's building the Disney of the digital age. Think about it. Disney started with cartoons. MrBeast started with YouTube videos. But both share one thing in common: the power to capture the imagination of millions. Jimmy has openly talked about how he wants to create the biggest entertainment company on the planet. His videos aren't just content, they're events. When MrBeast uploads, the entire internet stops to watch. He's pulling numbers that rival the Super Bowl, except he's doing it regularly, on YouTube, without a traditional TV network. That's power. But he's not stopping at YouTube. Feastables, his chocolate brand, is already competing with giants like Hershey's. MrBeast Burger exploded across the world in record time. And those are just the businesses we know about. He's constantly working on new ideas behind the scenes. Now ask yourself, if one YouTube channel can pull in billions of views a month, what happens when that brand expands into movies, streaming, theme parks, or even education? That's what Jimmy sees. He's not thinking about the next video. He's thinking about the next generation of entertainment. So when investors waved $1 billion check in front of him, Jimmy knew one thing: they were undervaluing what he was building. He doesn't just want to be the biggest YouTuber, he wants to be the biggest entertainer in history. And honestly, he's already on his way. There's another huge reason MrBeast refused the $1 billion deal: control. If Jimmy had sold his empire, he wouldn't just lose his channels, he'd lose his freedom. Investors would call the shots. They'd decide what videos get made, what brands get launched, and how the MrBeast name gets used. Imagine a world where MrBeast's videos are designed by corporate boards, chasing profit instead of creativity. That spark, the magic that makes every Beast video feel so authentic, would be gone. Jimmy knows this better than anyone. His success comes from the fact that he's obsessed with his craft. He spends hours perfecting thumbnails, days planning challenges, and months crafting ideas that no one has ever done before. That's why people trust him. That's why fans believe that when MrBeast says, "I gave away $1 million," it's real. Handing over his empire would mean handing over that trust. And once that's gone, it's impossible to get back. Plus, Jimmy isn't motivated by the same things investors are. While they're thinking about profits, he's thinking about impact. He wants to build schools, plant millions of trees, clean the oceans, and keep pushing the limits of what's possible on YouTube. Selling out would put limits on all of that. By keeping control, MrBeast ensures that every insane idea, whether it's building Willy Wonka's chocolate factory or giving away a private island, comes from a place of passion, not profit, and that control is worth more than $1 billion.
People who aren't your friends here. He's seen this place before, but we're acting like it's new on camera.
At the heart of it all, the $1 billion rejection comes down to one thing: legacy. Jimmy isn't just trying to be rich, he's trying to be remembered. When people talk about the greatest entertainers in history, Walt Disney, Steve Jobs, Stan Lee, MrBeast wants his name on that list. And you don't get there by selling out early. You get there by building something so massive, so impactful, that it lasts for generations. Think about what he's already done. He's entertained billions, given away more money than most charities, built global businesses, and inspired millions of creators to dream bigger. But he's still young. He has decades ahead to keep growing, keep innovating, and keep changing the world. If he took the $1 billion, sure, he'd be insanely rich. But the story would end there. Instead, he chose to keep writing the story. And that's what makes him unstoppable. MrBeast is proving that creators don't have to follow the old rules of Hollywood or big media companies. He's showing that one person, with a camera, a vision, and a relentless drive, can build an empire that rivals the biggest names in entertainment. And honestly, the $1 billion offer was just the beginning. 10 years from now, people might look back and laugh at how small that number really was. Because MrBeast isn't chasing money, he's chasing impact. And that's how you build a legacy worth more than $1 billion.
We are literally rebuilding every single set from Squid Game in real life, but the problem
So,
is
why did MrBeast decline $1 billion? Because for him, it was never about the money. It was about the mission. Jimmy Donaldson isn't chasing paychecks, he's chasing possibility. $1 billion might sound like the ultimate prize, but in MrBeast's mind, it's actually a distraction. His vision is bigger, louder, and crazier than any single check could ever buy. He wants to redefine entertainment, impact the world, and inspire future generations of creators to dream way beyond what anyone thought was possible, and honestly, that's what makes him so different. Most people see money as the finish line. MrBeast sees it as fuel for the journey. Every dollar that goes into one of his insane challenges, every giveaway, every business venture, those aren't expenses, they're investments in something much larger, something timeless. By saying no to that billion-dollar deal, Jimmy sent a powerful message to the entire world: legacy is worth more than money. Creativity, passion, and vision can't be bought. And if you believe in what you're building, no amount of money should ever make you sell it short. So the next time you see a MrBeast video, whether he's giving away a private island, building a real-life chocolate factory, or planting millions of trees, remember this moment. Remember that behind the insane stunts and giveaways is a guy who turned down $1 billion. Because he believes the future he's building is worth even more. And honestly, he might be right, because when the history books are written, people might not remember the $1 billion offer, but they'll definitely remember the name, MrBeast.